So guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Ian West Network, and I want to give a little shout out to my wife. She has a channel called Simply Irregular. For anyone that's interested in watching YouTube shorts or seeing some of her hobbies and stuff, the channel hasn't taken off yet. It's only like 20 subscribers. Show her some love. She's new to the game, and she's trying. I'm encouraging her to try to branch out and do something to show the world some of her interests. Now, with that being said, let's get to the main topic. So in the background of this video, this is a voiceover, by the way. In the background of the video, what you're seeing is the charging speeds of the REVVL 8 Pro that came out recently. And it's extremely slow charging speeds. Now, it boasts 33-watt wired charging and 15-watt wireless charging. But that doesn't mean anything unless you see some specs that actually match that. Never allow a company to trick you with charging speeds, but with no charging test. Now, I'm recording on a Moto G Stylus 2025, and this has 68-watt charging speeds and 15-watt for wireless. And I can tell you that if I plug this on a charger, I can let you know that within an hour or under an hour, actually, this phone will be from 0 to 100%. It's been tested, it's been proven, and it's decent charging speeds for a budget phone. Now, for the REVVL, originally I was going to do is 0 to 100%, which makes a lot more sense. But I was at work, and I just said, let me just do the charging test. The phone was already at about 64%. So I didn't start the test until 75. I said, let me just do the test starting now. And I got to say the results were horrendous, in my opinion. Oh, by the way, the case that you see in the background, $20 from T-Mobile for anyone that's interested in the case. There's not many case manufacturers yet for this phone because it came out recently. So if you're looking for one, you can get it at T-Mobile, $19.99. They're to-go cases for most of their products. Anyway, let me pull up the little sheet here. It's already on the page, but I'm pulling it up in front of me. Phone started off at 75%. From 1044 to 1056, which is 12 minutes, it went up by 86%. Well, up to 86% from 75. From 1056 to 1109, that's 13 minutes, it went up to 96%. So that's 25 minutes so far. From 1109 to 1117, 8 minutes, it only went up by 2%. And before you say anything, there is no battery saving mode on this. I didn't ask the phone to remember anything and charge it less as it goes up to a higher percentage. This is just the basic charging needs of the phone. From 1117 to 1121, for 4 minutes, it finally went up to 99%. And then from 1121 to 1124, it actually did 3 minutes. That's 100% total. Sorry, kind of lost myself right there. And the total minutes is 40 minutes for 25%. Now, I do want to just let you guys know the screen was actually off. The phone wasn't power off when I charge it because most people just have their phone on standby with the screen locked, and then they end up charging their phone. I did unlock the screen, just hit the power button periodically from time to time to see how charged it was. So that did interrupt the speeds just by a couple seconds. But even if you look at industry standards of charging speeds, it does not take 25 minutes, I'm lying. 40 minutes from 75% to charge a phone all the way up to 100%. That is egregiously bad. So unless this phone has like 30 minutes, 50% charging speeds, like that's the industry standard for Apple and Samsung, which is really below the bar, I highly doubt it even has that. Because I didn't notice that when I was originally using the phone for the review, it would just take a long time for the phone to charge. But luckily, the thing was I had multiple phones on me, so I could just play my game on this phone instead, let this charge, and it really didn't bother me. But if I had to use this device primarily by itself all the time, every day, I'm going to tell you who is not going to be concerned about this. Older people that don't care about technology won't care. Younger kids that just want a phone to play Call of Duty, play video games on it, whatever it is, call their friends, text messages, stuff like that, they're probably not going to care. But if you're a person that, wants faster charging speeds, you're used to buying certain devices, whether it's Motorola or OnePlus or Samsung or Google or whatever it is, you'll know that each corporation, let's put it that way, is supposed to have certain specifications written down so that you can decide if you want the device or not. It'll let you know the software, how many software updates you get, and things like that. The REVVL series of phones, because they're a low-end brand of devices, I think they were like TCL before or something, T-Mobile ended up buying them. And in reality, these phones are meant for people that just want something that's cheap and affordable out of the store. 9 times out of 10, if you're a T-Mobile customer, the phone's probably free for the 2 years. And if they do charge you, shame on them. For Metro customers, it's free for porting, $19 for a new line of service. Even though you can get the Moto Edge, not Moto Edge. Yeah, Moto Edge for $50 for a new line of service with a new number and free for porting also. You can get the Moto G Stylus, which is only 128 gigs internally, which is a bummer, but you can get that one for absolutely free right now for a new number or for a port. And both of those phones have better cameras. They have better battery life. They have better screens. There really isn't anything about the REVVL that's great. It doesn't stand out. And to be honest, it's under par. It's not even average across the board. The screen looks a little bit washed out. There are some issues that I talked about in my initial review that are like really more prevalent now than ever, now that I had the phone for a little bit more time. And guess what? It's been under a month and I'm noticing these things. So again, from 75% to 100%, it took 40 minutes. Now, that test was done multiple times. One charger, I had a 65 watt OnePlus charger. I had a 65 watt Apple charger. I had a 35 watt Belkin charger. I had a 42 watt Belkin charger also. And regardless of what people say, you do not have to buy the charger from the manufacturer. This isn't like OnePlus where they have warp charging, so you need a particular charger in order to activate it. This is Alcatel. Let's be real. This is the REVVL. This is that brand. They don't use special technology in special batteries or anything. They're just using cheap parts. They're putting it together, and they want to sell you a product. And don't get me wrong, it will work. You will be able to make calls. You will be able to take camera photos. You will be able to play your video games smoothly. I had a decent enough experience on the phone, but it's a lot of drawbacks when I compare it to other companies that sell phones in the same price point. So it's a no-go for me. I was going to use this and try to use it as a primary device. That's never going to happen. I'll stick to my Moto G Stylus for now, 2025. So anyway, short review. Like and subscribe like always, guys. I will see y'all in the next video. Till then, take care, peace, God bless, and I am out.